Well, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us on this webinar today. My name is Brad Rumler. I'm the VP of Sales here for Brainstorm. I'm just going to say hi here at the start with my camera so you can see me. I'm going to turn it off now though, just so to optimize the bandwidth here for this demo. So I'll go ahead and turn that off. So let's jump in right here. So today we're talking about real-time social media parsing for augmented reality, virtual reality or virtual sets, and also CG. So to kick this off, myself, which I just introduced, we also have Josh Kazini, who's with me as well. I believe his camera is still on here. So he's a pre-sales engineer, project manager here at Brainstorm. I've been with the company for 7 years. Josh has been here for, what is it now, Josh? A couple of years?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. So we're here to show you this demo. So covering the agenda for today, we have the, I'm going to have a couple of slides here, just talk to you about Brainstorm. Some of you may not be as familiar with the company, who we are and what we do. And we have a demo provided by Josh, and then we'll open it up for a QA. So you'll see a little box there down there with questions. You can type in a question, and then we will answer those at the end of the demo today. So with that, I'll go ahead and jump in and get started. So covering about Brainstorm. A little bit about Brainstorm's background. One of our strengths is the stability of the company. So we've been around for 25 years with heavily focused on innovation and growth in the real-time graphics space. So we've seen a lot of volatility in this market with other manufacturers coming and going over the years. So Brainstorm has always been there as one of the pioneers. Also innovation, Brainstorm invests heavily in innovation, winning several awards over the years. Numerous awards, and we also have reliability, integrity with the ISO 9001 certification. We also are a very specialized company, so we are dedicated to real-time graphics. If we want to branch out beyond that, we work with a lot of partners to put together a whole package. But our bread and butter, as we say, our key focus is on real-time graphics, and because of that, we've been able to devote all of our energy and focus onto this space. Looking now also at long-term relationships. As a result of our 25 years in the market and stability, we have a lot of customers who are with us, and they stay with us for a very long time. So again, dedicated to very long-term relationships, and part of that is being able to provide services, design, and implementation. So we can do turnkey solutions as well as creative services, even rental systems for one-off events, things like that. So whatever the needs are around real-time graphics, Brainstorm has been able to provide that. Looking at different solutions Brainstorm provides in the market, obviously today we're focusing on social media, but social media can also be, or social TV can be integrated with virtual sets and augmented reality. And we also have, for some reason this is covering my slide here. So we do virtual production, obviously, which is a hot topic right now with real-time visual effects or in-camera visual effects. Also branding, one of our core focuses as well over a number of years. Presentations, so corporate presentations, live virtual events, especially during the coronavirus period right now. VR 360, we have solutions for that as well. As elections, Brainstorm's been doing election coverages for a very long time, since day one, pretty much providing services and solutions, as well as weather solutions and graphics and entertainment, game shows, esports, things like that. So if I go into here now. Going now into our products. Core products, we're actually featuring today with social TV is not actually a product of itself. We're going to be showing integration with a partner, which Josh will speak more about, but it actually works with existing solutions. So it's not its own dedicated product from the Brainstorm side. So we're going to be showing you Infinity Set, which is our virtual set AR solution with social TV. We'll also be showing Aston, which is our real-time motion graphics solution, working with social TV for CG graphics. And we'll also, we're not showing today, but eStudio is a product which is very powerful, very flexible, more for our high-end developers for virtually any type of real-time graphics environment. We also have a product line called Neuron, which is for newsroom solution. You're working with any MOS newsroom solutions and so on. We can work with that, as well as on-demand for multi-purpose playout. And we also have plugins for working with products from Adobe and 3D Studio Max and others as well. So it gives you a quick overview as to the solutions and products and our where we are in the market, our positioning. So with that, I will go ahead now and get into the fun stuff with Josh, who will show you the demo. You ready, Josh?
Ready.
Okay, I'm going to hand this over to you.
Sounds good. All right. Make sure we're showing the right screen here. Monitor number 2. There we go. All right. So welcome to this live webinar about how we can enhance your live production with real-time social media parsing, either as a traditional CG graphic, as integrated augmented reality graphics in your physical studio space, or even immersed deeply into a virtual studio. So what I'm actually showing off right now is that we're integrating social media of different types from different platforms, whether that be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of the major social media providers here, and just show how we can manage that that user-generated content. And in this case, I'm going to focus probably mostly on Twitter, just because it's a very simple, easy to look at platform. So just make sure everybody can see my screen here. There we go.
I can see it.
Good. All right. So I'm going to just go through a simple workflow here of how I'm able to very quickly do a quick curation, find what I want on Twitter, for example, approve it for air, put it in a collection for air, and parse it. In this case, for the most part, it's going to be over XML, although I'm also going to show a little bit of RSS as well. So in this case, I'm pulling my XML file from our friends over at Flowix, and parsing me in XML. And in this case, you'll notice over here on the right side, I've made just several actions here. So for example, if I notice that there is some news, breaking news here, so I've grabbed a couple CBC, NPR, AP, a couple other tweets here. And again, I could go grab maybe another news story or two here. Let's see if there's anything popping up here. So maybe add a couple different news stories here. I can even rearrange them a little bit. And in this case, I've assigned this to my ticker graphic. So let's quickly go into this Aston project that I have actually already automatically parsed those graphics to. So just by selecting that, it's dumping into that XML file. So how does our integration work? Well, I'm able to natively parse RSS, XML, really a whole host here of different data types natively. No extra plugins, no extra scripting if I don't want it. If I do want to script and bind something around, it's in Python. So it's not difficult or obscure language. We build everything natively on top of Python. In this, I'm going to be using an XML, as you can see here. And just by simply flattening that XML here, you'll notice the tweets that I've chosen as breaking news headlines to go in my ticker are already populating. So you see at the bottom, that last news story about the Oregon governor is already in here. And we'll already make it online here. Okay. I can parse this from Twitter. I could also parse this ticker from an RSS feed. For example, BBC News. Okay. So if I have real-time RSS data, in this case, coming in from BBC News ticker, I can, again, very simply map my data field here to my ticker object here. You see right here in my feeder list, here's all of those real-time RSS news stories in real time. Okay. And again, this could be a BBC, this could be an Excel spreadsheet, this could be Luau, really, it could be XMP, really whatever you need it to be here. And we're able to parse those in real time. And again, notice there's no extra scripting needed. If I do want to have a little deeper parsing, I can do that. But again, it's all just going to be using Python scripting and conditional statements in there. So let's jump into, let me also just point out real quickly is that these data formats here, these do come native in any Infinity set or Aston installation, okay? So what I'm able to do is instantly parse without any other need for like a third-party curation tool necessarily. I need to be able to receive an XML. And in this case, for a good bit of this demo today, I'm actually using XMLs provided by our friends over at FlowX. And special thanks to them for providing several of these different XMLs for us to map to. So a couple other notes. Let me go back to a couple other good graphics here. Something like this. A couple other quick notes is you'll notice one of our strengths is that we're not needing to do any other generation of another database, a side database to save these off. I'm just parsing a straight native XML file. And not only that, but I'm not having to convert media codecs. I'm not having to do any file flipping, none of that. So that means my GIFs, my 4-second clips off of Twitter with a Twitter video, you name it, is parsing in natively without a problem. And I wanted to also quickly point out, this is a scalable solution. Right now, you see this as an Aston project. Now, when I switch over here, you'll notice it is a Infinity set project. Okay. And I'm able to integrate this 3D AR element fully into the set. So it's scalable from everything from your newsroom systems using Neuron and Aston, or integrated with whatever newsroom control system you have. It could be a standalone Aston, just a single box that you're controlling from that same workstation. Or as I'm showing here in this demo, I have an Aston AR graphic, and I've integrated that into an Infinity set scene using Unreal Engine. all in real time, and I'm not having to deal with any of the parsing that is still a little difficult because inside of Unreal Engine, because Unreal Engine is still not fully tooled out to be a real-time CG. It does beautiful real-time 3D backgrounds and photorealistic rendering, but real-time 3D text and foreground AR objects like you're seeing here wouldn't necessarily be the strength of Unreal Engine. So that's where this solution from us here at Brainstorm comes in, is that we can do that parsing, integrate it fully into whatever Unreal background you have. In this case, just a nice virtual set environment here. Also, just quickly go over a couple of the other features, and we'll look through a couple of these other graphics here. Let me go ahead and turn off this foreground graphic here.
I think it's important to note here too, Josh, that when we put those graphics in, if you're working with Aston, even an Unreal Engine environment like this, we have very high quality rendering, so you can do PBR shaders and
exactly,
have very high quality.
PBR is supported, yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Physically based rendering.
Exactly. Yep. Not only that, I could map with that PBR shader, and we've even seen our friends over at WWE do this with our product line, is actually map 360 cameras to their AR elements actually at these SmackDown events that I was just showing, and they're able to make that 360 camera that's mapped to 3D objects, PBR 3D objects, and they react to the environment. So when you see fans cheering, you see the fans cheering reflection in the shiny gold AR element, for example. All right, so let's show this integrated fully here into the set actually as well. So I wanted to come over here, trigger that graphic real quick. There we go. Zoom over to it so you can see it. So I have, you see here where I have entire graphic integrated into the background, into this back video wall here. And again, I can trigger through it, fully integrated into my set as a texture in Unreal Engine that we're handing off on one of our texture buffers to Unreal Engine. Wanted to also go over just a little bit of the aspect of gamification and the types of interactivity you could have both with a live studio audience or a live virtual studio audience in these uncertain times, where you could have gamification like polling and voting, or again, because we're integrated with all the major databases like a SQL database, I could be pulling that data from whatever existing gamification database you might already have. So in this case, I already did an internal poll with my colleagues here at Brainstorm. And you can see it's almost pretty evenly split actually between Slack and all those gamer heads out there for Discord. And you'll see here actually as that, and let me trigger that. And there it is right there. Already visualized with our bar charts here, because again, we have 25 years of experience visualizing real-time data. And so it's not a difficulty for us to parse an XML with bar charts and pie charts and other such visualizations like that. And again, that could be as an element over there in the screen, or again, I could also have it as a 3D element here in this screen, or here in my real environment. Fully 3D, fully interactive. But yeah, so that's really all we're going to show today. It's not too complex. It's not too complicated. Again, special thanks to Flowix for providing all those different, all these different XML files for us to parse from. Very easy, straightforward pull from them. And again, if you guys have any questions, definitely let us know in the chat window here. And thank you for joining us on this. And yeah, hopefully you guys were surprised and stunned by the crazy fast results.
Yeah, so we'll open it up to questions now if anyone has questions. Again, we just wanted to highlight here that there is no magic piece of middleware or anything required here. Yeah, we're using our standard Infinity set. This comes standard, this capability, and also with Aston. So you have those applications. You can start doing this right away without any additional. Again, it's just discussed. It's XML. Thanks to Flowix, working with them on that. They've helped us make this very, very easy as well. So appreciate that. So this is again focusing on those two core products where this is integrated and capable of handling that. So we'll look up any questions. Let's see if anything comes through here. Someone says thanks for the webinar. Appreciate it. Just give it a second here if anyone has any questions. Someone is asking for a trial version. Yes, so we have our Aston and Infinity set products are available. We can provide a more detailed web demo for you, or if you want to have a trial version to see how this works. Again, in this example, we're working with Flowix, so we can provide a demo or a trial license of Infinity set or Aston. It will just be a full working version with a watermark on the output. And then you would need to work with Flowix to get a trial version with them as well. So if you have any questions about that or want to follow up directly, you can send an email to salesusa@brainstorm3d.com. That's salesusa@brainstorm3d.com. And we can follow up with you to set up a trial. Any other questions?
I did want to bring up real quick, as something I failed to mention a little earlier, is the ability to actually be able to trigger these AR graphics, and we actually just released our web controller. So you do also have the ability. I didn't really talk about triggering workflow. You could use our standalone product on demand to trigger your graphics that way, or if you wanted to use our web controller, you could also use that. Really up to you on triggering that graphic to air. It's really up to your workflow. And we do have automation integrations as well with several master control related automation tools and everything. So you will need those tickers automated, for example. And I do want to point out the fact that the ticker can live with other graphics. It's not some sort of, it doesn't have to be sanitized or separated from other graphics. It can integrate fully with the rest of your engine, and its logic is the same logic. It's our Storm logic. Unlike I know a lot of our competitors kind of have to separate out their tickers as a separate product, and we don't need to do that. Our engine can handle that and many other graphics all at once.
Okay, well, it looks like we don't have any other questions at this point. So I think we'll probably go ahead and end this right now. Appreciate everyone's time. Thank you for joining. Again, if you have any other questions, you can reach out to salesusa@brainstorm3d.com, and we're glad to answer your further questions. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.